Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. This is episode 176, and in which Jocelyn has already managed to make so many mistakes. Technically, we're a knitting podcast. I am Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
And we are, as always, coming to you from two separate locations because we no longer live in the same province.
This is true.
Diana's trying out a new background.
Yep. I have reorganized the office, so we get this angle now. And my craft stuff is here, and I've got a nice window there, so hopefully the lights are like a little better, maybe. It's still a little bit directional and weird shadows, but it's a little better.
It's okay. I'll order you a softbox. Then you can be blind like me when you look into the camera. And not just because your vision's going poor, but because there's light behind the camera and it's hard to stare at.
Sounds great.
I'll fix that problem for you. No worries.
Just squint into the camera for the rest of time.
Hey, you get used to having your eyeballs wide open and just slightly watering. Tricks of the trade. Things they don't tell you when they say, yeah, no, dude, start a podcast. It'll be fun.
Start a podcast, they said. It'll be easy, they said.
You'll enjoy it, they said. No, I do enjoy it. We wouldn't be doing this after 3 years if we weren't having fun.
Yes.
No, this would not have made it this far. No. All right. It is afternoon on a Sunday. I don't know what's going on anymore. Tome Topple has started. Days have no meaning from now till the 21st. It's books, and thankfully no more end of season TV shows. No, if it end of a season, the series is still going, but if the series ending has happened, the TV show's over. Right?
Yes.
I have a degree in words and I can't do things. I watched season 4 of 7 Deadly Sins on Netflix, which is an anime show I very much enjoy. Not child appropriate.
No, that one was rather fan servicey, as I recall.
Quite fan servicey, and I'm okay with it because it objectifies both genders, and that's my general rule. If you're gonna do one, you got to do both. If you do both, it's fine. So I watched season 4, and I own a stuffed animal from the series. I really like the series because I'm not a collector of stuff to collect stuff. Diana can tell you I collect things, but not that much. And I own a master who's a pink pig. We're just going to leave it at that. It's a talking pink pig, but there you go. They ended season 4 on a cliffhanger, and I binged it.
Ooh.
Now I gotta wait like a year plus for season 5. No! I could go read the manga. Have I? No.
You're just going to complain that it's a cliffhanger for the next year and whatever?
Cliffhanger for the next year and a bit. I could just go read the manga. I could solve my own problem. Will I? No, I won't. So that's not the point. The point is, I would like to rage.
Right.
That is my point. Whatever. It kept me company before Tome Topple started, so there'll be like no TV watching for the next 2 weeks. It'll just be books. Books and knitting.
And too much coffee.
Way too much coffee.
I drank my coffee really slowly. Like, I've been drinking the same cup of coffee for about 3 hours.
See, what distresses me is that I know you don't own a microwave.
Well, I have a little mug warmer next to my desk, so it's still warm.
Oh, good. I was just like, oh man, tepid room temperature coffee. Ugh.
Yeah, no, it's still hot, but I've been drinking it for 3 hours, and you really got to just
Dude.
down your coffee.
Commit, man.
Yeah, so I'm not as caffeinated as I was hoping.
You're not marrying it. It's a cup of coffee. Just drink it.
What if you want to make it? You know what? I was going to go an avenue there, romance novels. I was going to go an avenue with this cup of coffee. And you know what? Let's keep it family friendly. I'm going to not do that.
Keep it family friendly. Let's pass on that one.
Yeah.
I am drinking some mint tea from Stash because I just finished having lunch.
I had breakfast at lunchtime because what is time? But this cup of coffee that I've been drinking for the last 3 hours is my latest installment of the Detour Single Origin coffee subscription.
Ooh.
Not sponsored, just like it.
You're enjoying your subscription coffee?
I am.
Excellent.
I think this one needs some milk or sugar or something. It's a little too... I'm not sure if it's too acidic or too bitter. I think it's too acidic, and I think it would benefit from some milk.
Okay.
This particular one, but gotta drink it black to see how it is.
If you're going to do a proper contrast compare in the scientific method, yes.
Yeah.
You have to keep your variables to an absolute minimum.
Yeah. So
I understand.
I probably wouldn't order that particular coffee again, but it doesn't matter because my next box will have 2 different coffees.
Very excited. I really should try a subscription for coffee or tea or something. And let other people pick my teas and my coffees. Just sort of like give them parameters of things I like and let them go.
Yeah, I enjoy the getting to try different stuff and not having to actually decide anything. Sometimes you just don't want to make a decision. You just want a thing and somebody else can pick it for you and it just doesn't matter.
I feel like there's an infomercial here where it's me going, try being blind. You can't read the coffee shop menus anyway. You'll just always order a random feature what the barista likes.
One way of doing it.
That's how I make decisions when I go places. If they've got those menus behind, I can't read those. Well, you've seen me. I just chat with the person for a bit, then I pick. Or I go, that sounds great, let's do that. It's because I can't read what's behind you. And I can't be bothered to tell you I can't read what's behind you. I'm just going to order what your favorite is. Cool. That sounds great. And it doesn't have caramel in it? Done. Not a caramel fan.
If I don't know what to order, I just go for the standard cappuccino.
That's a good call. It's always a good way to go. Not a massive cappuccino fan. They're fine.
Coffee, foamy milk. Sprinkle of sugar on top if you're feeling fancy.
Yeah, not a massive cappuccino fan. Mochas, though. Chocolate coffee?
Also fantastic.
Also really good standard close. But I'm done drinking my coffee because I've been up since about 5 a.m. my time, so for a while now.
That's early.
My sleep schedule kind of went wonky, so I'm trying to kind of pull it back into something resembling normal-ish for me.
Trying to motivate myself with the local farmers market. If I get up early and go to the farmers market, or if I get up early, I can go to the farmers market because otherwise it gets too busy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it is a massive thing, and
farmer markets, you always kind of want to go early to have the best pick anyway.
Well, yeah, but especially with all the COVID stuff, they have you got to line up. They have a limited capacity.
Yep.
And so if you don't go till noon, you're going to be waiting out there in the hot sun for quite a while.
Heck no. Go to a farmer's market at noon. You should be leaving the farmer's market at 10 a.m.
Yeah. So that's my motivation.
Good motivation. I thoroughly back this motivational plan up because yes. So much yes.
It's like a 10-minute drive away, and it's the St. Jacobs Farmers Market, so it's like
it's
been a permanent fixture for like the last 30 years, highly well established.
So it's Waterloo.
I haven't been yet.
St. Norbert's,
except bigger.
Good. Well, I would hope so. Waterloo probably pulls from a larger generalized population than we do.
Yeah, and we've got like the Amish people, I think is the correct term. I don't know. The people that have the farms with no electricity and they literally ride horses and buggies down the side of the road.
Just keep digging yourself a hole. Let me know how China is.
I don't know. I don't know what the proper words for things are. Anyway, but it's their farmers market, and so it's like really good stuff. Like really good stuff is my understanding.
Well, then you gotta go. Because
I've heard tales of the most amazing apple fritters, and I haven't had them yet. So I need to go and get some apple fritters. Because I'm not allergic to apples anymore, because my body is weird and decides randomly in 7-ish year cycles to be allergic or not to apples.
Beautiful. Well, you got some time. So secretly you're a Vulcan when it comes to apples? I don't understand.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand.
Leader
My body is a mystery to me.
I feel like if I ever come out to visit, we will be doing that farmer's market.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because mornings and me and farmer's markets are like peanut butter and jelly. They must happen.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in the
Must
summer.
must happen. All right. In which case, I suppose we could talk. Oh, yeah, because you're nursing a long-term committed relationship with your coffee.
Yes, I am.
And I'm drinking some tea. It's a one-night fling. Like it's gone in the morning. I don't even know why I bothered to learn its name. Shall we talk some knitting?
We've got some cool threads.
Oh, that's right, because we're both wearing things or have worn things. I forget.
I went a place. I had a thing to go to this week, so I got to wear my Endless Summer Adventures shawl. I was really excited to get to wear my new thing.
I'm just excited. That thing did up really fast, even for you. It was like zoom. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like poof, there's a shawl.
That's what I see.
I'll
It's so
take it.
fast. I'm not lying. It really does.
It was fast even for me.
Yes. Always a goal. I am wearing my Campfire Cardigan. Not that that's a huge sock. It's a nice worsted weight cotton cardigan. I wear it in the house because I live in an air-conditioned space. And it has very quickly been the thing I reach for every day. Except laundry days when it's in the laundry. Because it's cotton and I can wash it a lot. So I am very, very happy with this cardigan. I'm super stoked to start wearing the boyfriend cardigan, but that's in a bulky acrylic wool. I'm gonna wait on that one for a bit.
Yeah.
Still a touch warm for that. So I've been
Just a
pretty
little.
much every day. Every day I've been wearing this cardigan. It's great. Goes wonderful. And if I have to step outside to take garbage or something, I haven't insta-dyed
It's also an important consideration.
from heat. Insta-dyed. All right.
So I guess it's time to talk knitting.
Sure. I have probably more things than you.
Yes, I have 4.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, why don't you start?
I've been home all week. Can you tell? Well, one of them is really quick. We're podcasting. I'm working on a sock. That's about as exciting as it gets. This is out of some Michael's yarn in a oddly named striped colorway. I don't have the ball band for it anymore. So we'd have to go back to the show notes to find it because the cat ran off with the ball band. But there's the yarn. It is this gorgeous, muted, light gray, dark gray. Well, gray to sort of cobblestone brown with some deep red in there. So like these are old man grandpa winter socks. This is
Oh, they are.
It's old man grandpa winter sock colorway. That's what it is. So like everybody's grandpa has a pair of these socks. They wear them all the time, pulled up all the way, whether they're wearing shorts or sandals or whatever. But I'm super excited, and I've made no progress on it this week at all. I'm literally just working on a Wallwood podcast because I needed something that goes roundy, 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 roundy.
I hear you. I'm doing something similar.
So I guess it's a 2-for-1 this week. So I go twice, you go once. 4 to 6.
Sure.
Right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, ish.
Ish. Are you ready? Already? Diana hasn't seen it. I didn't show anybody once it was all sewed. Oh, somebody sewed a dinosaur.
Oh, he's so cute.
Someone sewed a dinosaur. It's all done now. Last week I showed on the podcast this oddly shaped body with bits. That made no sense because I hadn't sewn the dinosaur together yet. And there's that strange stage when you're crocheting a toy, when you have all of your body parts finished and your extras done, but you haven't put it together yet, and it's just
a pile of parts, and it doesn't look like anything.
Doesn't look like nothing. And then you put it together, and all of a sudden, magically, this dinosaur happens. So this is P the Dino, P-E-A, like peas. And I did not give her eyeballs. And I have not done the embroidery on the feet because I'm not sure I want to. This is the dilemma I have every time I make something because I like the look of the stuffed animals with no eyeballs. Not entirely sure why, but I do. So I think I may just leave them off and call this done.
It is your toy. You can do what you like.
I'm not sure she needs eyeballs. I mean, I'm sure someone's gonna be like, they're creepy with eyeballs. That's fair. I find them creepy with eyeballs. So I could understand it being creepy without as well. So it was good. She has a little belly patch.
Aw.
We're a little sewed together. This is literally made out of scrap worsted weight yarn I had from the Campfire Cardigan I'm currently wearing.
You're
and
so matchy.
Offset the tail so that the spikes didn't bounce against each other. So it looks like her head's a little turned. By the way, to offset the head, I just sewed the nose on at an angle and the tail on at a slight angle so they didn't line up. So the head looks like it's turned.
It's really cute. I feel like that little touch gives it a lot of character.
It does. So I'm super excited. So this is going to go into an already claimed box for baby things because I know what little human is getting this. But it is an FO. It's a dinosaur.
I kind of want one. I might have to make one. That's really cute.
Yeah, it's easy. Well, it's just weird when you haven't put it together because just and feel free because I'm going to be messaging the snot out of you while we work on this 8-bit sweater to just message me if the charts don't make any sense and I'll walk you through that because I will owe you so much. Because, yep, I've never knitted with charts before in my life or done color work. So why not start with a giant all-over sweater?
Yeah, why not?
That's normal.
Just jump right in.
That's how I do everything else.
All right. Well, I guess I should talk about my finished object that I posted on Instagram because I'm sure everybody's going, show us the thing.
I know. At this point, people are raging. There's rioting in the streets.
Okay. It's done. It's finished. For the last time. The Celtic Myth Shawl. Out of Juniper Moon Farms Zoe Bays, which is cotton and linen. It's done. It is done. Is it perfect? Heck no. There's at least one mistake in this edging. Can anybody see it, including myself? Heck no. So I am thrilled that this 6-year-old whip is finally an FO.
I am so happy you finished that. Oh my God. It looks amazing, my dear. Oh, so good.
It's just, look at this thing. Look at this. Oh, it's just.
So happy.
There we go. Some nice, I don't know. It's, I'm happy. It's done.
Woohoo!
And can confidently say that I know how to do cables now because, oh my goodness, 6 years of cables. Like, I did the body of the shawl in like a month and a bit. I just blew through it. Yeah. This edging has taken me 6 years.
So when I sing songs like this is the bind off that'll never end or this is the edging that'll never end, you literally took that a bit too seriously.
I really did.
And I will sing the song that this is the song that will never end, only I changed the word song with bind off. And it works perfectly. Looks so good. So excited. That's 2 summer shawls you've made.
It is.
Linen cotton blend, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. It's like I've only been hearing about the Juniper Moon Farms linen cotton blend and we don't entirely know what colorway it is, so Jocelyn randomly decided it looks like every historical character shawl ever made for TV ever.
Yep, that's a good way of describing this color. Yeah, it's just a number, so it's, I don't know, grayish, beigeish, brownish. It's sort of a nebulous color. It's like the sepia. Let's go sepia.
Sepia? Oh, really throw it right there. All the color names. What's that? Outlander. It's your Outlander shawl.
Sure.
Go with that. It's an Outlander shawl.
I have not watched that show since season 2.
I made it through the first 4 episodes. I might go back to it. No, I like it. I'm really glad it's done.
I'm
So
gonna keep wearing it actually. I'm
know.
just like really pleased with this.
makes an impressive brownie gray bib to frame your head. So funny. All right. Do you want me to go again, or would you like to keep going?
You can go again if you like.
Cool. Do we want another FO, or do we want a story?
Let's do an FO.
Apparently, we're holding off on the story bits right now. We're ready for another FO? The pink sweater's gonna go away, you guys. It's gonna go away because they're sleeves and they're attached to a body.
What?
That's right. It's a finished flax sweater. Ha ha! Have I woven in the ends? No, the child's not here. It's fine. I gotta wash and block it. I tried 2 different sewing methods to sew the sleeves into the body, and I'm not sure I really like them. So I'm gonna wash and block the sweater and see if I like them after that. And if I don't, I will pull the sleeves out and I will do it again in the way I know works. So I gotta wash and block. But the flax in the small medium size, is done. And it's ready for the child. So the last time, with much joy. This is this very, very bright pink and highlighter variegated yarn from Manos del Uruguay in their Alegria line. So it is 2 fingering weight skeins held double to get to a worsted-ish weight. I have like no leftover pink. It's not even enough to make a tiny ball. There's enough to start a tiny ball, but not make a tiny ball. But I do have leftover highlighter variegated. So I'm going to wind off 10 grams of that and send it to Diana at Christmas because I feel like she needs some of this yarn in her life. Having heard about this sweater for so long and having seen it in person so many times while I was trying to work on it. I did a contrast hem and cuffs in some beautiful noble ruby gray, which is a sparkly gray. Not that you can see the sparkles on the internet, but they're there, I promise you.
I almost saw a sparkle there.
Yeah. So the gray super tones that sweater down nicely. Like it just anchors it really well.
It really does. Looks so good.
Gotta wash, gotta block, and if I don't like the sleeves, how the seams sit when they're done, I will pull them apart and hand sew them together the way I know I really like. But I wanted to try 2 different methods. So one of them is actually crochet.
Neat.
So we will see how that goes. And hopefully that works for me. How many do you got left? I've got 3 more to go.
I also have 3 more.
Cool, so you can go.
All right. I'll do the boring thing. As we record, I am working on the sock for Mr. Diana that I pretty much only work on while we record because I have so many other interesting things to work on.
Sock knitting is perfect recording knitting.
It really is. So once again, online super socky forfetch.
Oh, I love that I know it's not how it's pronounced, but I think forevermore it's going to be online super sucky forfetch.
I know.
It's so good.
In the green stripey colorway, I don't know, self-striping with greens and black and white, kind of. Mostly greens.
Mostly greens.
It's greens. Got the heel in. I'm most of the way up the leg of the sock. I have... why is his feet so long? Why are his feet so long? There we go.
I don't think it's the right word to go there.
No, it's not. I still have a good 1.5 inches of roundy before I have to do the 2 inches of ribbing. So this sock has a ways to go. Mm-hmm. Gosh darn men having bigger feet than me.
Your husband's foot's, I think, this just about the same size as mine, only just a touch longer.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's what, a men's 9?
I have absolutely no idea.
I'm roughly estimating based off our height, since I am the height of your husband. we're within a half inch to an inch of each other anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and I'm within about a half inch to an inch of Mr. B. So yeah, that puts us pretty much the same foot size ish. I mean, his foot might be a bit wider and a bit longer, but not by much.
His foot turns out to be not significantly wider than mine, but it is significantly longer.
Which would make sense because my foot's much longer than yours.
So roundy, forever and ever. Till the end of time.
All the roundies. Hey, you know.
All right, my boring project's done. Is it story time?
Story time? Are you ready for the story? I don't think you're ready.
Let's have the story.
You want the story or the surprise?
You're giving me too many choices today.
It's because there's cat fur on the end of my nose and it won't go in. It's driving me nuts.
Okay, let's have a story. Let's have a story.
Story? All right.
I've been teasing the story for ages.
Well, it's because I need help. So, unshockingly, Jocelyn talked Diana into doing a thing. And I think happened to be the 8-bit sweater, which is a video game themed mystery knit along all over colorwork sweater.
Because I required so much convincing to do a video game colorwork sweater.
I bent a rubber arm for about half a second and it was it. We were in.
Yeah.
That required some long distance friend shopping, which was fun. I really look forward to doing that again because that was dang comfortable and I didn't have to put on pants. So it was perfect. So I am making mine out of 2 sport weight yarns from Briggs and Little. Since I was talking about Barocco with somebody else earlier today. I'm using a cream and a dark gray because retro theme colors. I just really like the look. And I can't knit in black. Dark gray is about as close as I can get, and I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to do dark gray. And I've been working on Clue 1. Now, I'm not done Clue 1 because I was having problems with the second chart. And I messaged Diana in aggravation because the second chart wasn't making sense to me. Sure enough, there's a thing I can't see even when I blow it up, which, by the way, I finally saw the red box. I had to blow it up to over 200%. I see that red box.
I'm trying to read this thing on my phone, and I'm like, what red box?
Oh,
that red box.
And you're like, oh, there's a red box there, and I'm looking. And if I didn't know what rows you had indicated, I would have never seen this red box.
It could be several pixels thicker, this red box. I gotta say. It's thin.
This little chart, it's only like 16 stitches or 15 stitches wide, is consuming like my 50-inch screen TV for me to see this box that they're talking about. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'm gonna have to bug Diana for a bit more help with that, but she's finished chart 1.1 now. So here I finished the first chart, so we get this beautiful Tetris. Now my Tetris will be backwards from everybody else's Tetrises, because remember, I'm knitting in the round, which means while it's the same direction, it's in reverse, because the magic of Jocelyn.
So we're gonna have mirrored sweaters.
Roughly, yeah.
In basically the same colors.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun picture when we're eventually in the same province again.
Pretty dark. Well, it took me forever to figure out that my Tetris squares are all the right shape, but they're the L's are facing the wrong direction. And I went, oh, cool. So that's a thing. But I wasn't paying attention, and I have a huge chunk of rows where I did not tighten up when I magic looped. So the tension is way off, and they're massive ladder spaces. Like massive ladder spaces. Massive.
Ah, that's a bit of a gap, yeah.
That's a gap. So I either have to sew that gap up, which, let's be honest, I could do it with a couple of whip stitches and be done. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it, and I put the sleeve on, and I don't really like the ribbing at the bottom, done in the primary color. And I went down a needle size to do it, because you remember I had to go up to a 5mm to get the color work to gauge properly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I need to come down on the ribbing more because it's too loose. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the first chart anyway because I honestly need practice with color work. But I don't like how baggy it is. I'm going to put my sleeve on top of a sleeve because it's a loose sweater. But this is not, it's not cinching up at all.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta go down, and this is at a 4. So I need to go down to a 3.5 and redo my ribbing. And then I think what I'm gonna do is on my increase row before the chart, I'll do that at a 4, and then I'll move up to a 5 to do the chart. So I'll fix my problem with it because there's enough I'm not liking about this that I'm gonna switch it up. And the reason I'm not worried will show up momentarily. So I can handle this, redoing this clue, but I did want to show off that I got it mostly done in time. But I think I'm gonna pull it because I'm not happy with how loose the ribbing is at the bottom on a 4mm. I think I want it snugger, and I definitely want to fix my ladders. So
if you're gonna pull it back, clue 1 is definitely the time to do it.
Yeah, for me that's fine, and I don't mind, and I enjoyed doing this. And again, I'm in Tome Topple, so I literally have 2 weeks of nothing but like 20+ hour books to listen to. Heavens knows I can get through some serious chartage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about it. I am going to ask you questions about chart 1.1, but I think that's what I'm going to do for this one. Just because then it's also like I got my tension figured out. I was a little bubbly at the bottom because I was pulling my floats too tight. But now I don't do that at all, and my floats sit beautifully. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not happy with it. I'm going to pull it and do it again. Because I can. And I know I can. And I know, let's honest, guys, this was one night's worth of work. I sat down and did this in one 6-hour stretch.
Nice.
I just need to do it again. And I mean, I'll pull tonight and do tomorrow because that's how I work. If I pull a project out, I leave it alone for 12 hours and then I come back to it. That, and I need to find a 3.5mm needle. Reading needles is a fun bit. But I am doing the project on my Chow Goo red lace. This is my 5mm. And I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna, because I'm not happy with this ribbing at the bottom. I want that cuff to be snugger. Snugger. Otherwise, I'm loving it. And I'm really enjoying all the knitting and stuff. But
I'm so excited to see Clue 2. I was really hoping it was going to be up before we podcasted so I could be excited about it, but it wasn't up before we started. So
it comes up evening-ish our time.
I think it released around, because I think I looked at it at noon last Sunday and it was there.
Okay.
I was hoping it would be there around noon again, but
Cute.
I don't know what time zone the designer is in. So
I didn't look till Sunday evening the first time. So I'll probably just get in the habit of looking Sunday evenings. So other than my issues with chart 1.1, which is just I couldn't see the red box.
It is a bit of an issue. It's a very thin box. It could handle being a little thicker.
The instructions have been good so far, otherwise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I can talk about mine now.
You can talk about yours, which you won't have to rip because I'm sure you're happier with it than I am with mine.
Yeah. So I don't know how I dramatically do my ribbing differently because I did my ribbing on the same size needle as my color work, and I have a perfectly cinchy sleeve. So
mine is not cinchy at all. How did you get yours so cinchy?
I think so. I learned this ribbing trick a while back.
I love learning.
It's after you do a purl stitch. Yeah. So after you do a purl stitch and your next stitch is a knit, so you bring your yarn to the back.
Yeah.
And you like stick your needle in like you're about to do a stitch, but then you pull your working yarn tight after the purl stitch before you do the next knit stitch.
Okay.
And it consistently pulls out quite a bit of looseness. So I think that's how it makes a significant bit of difference.
That's an interesting thought because I've never bothered to do that because my knitting is always so dang tight. But I know I'm being more gentle with this yarn than I would be with regular yarns because it is a single ply.
Ah, yes.
With nothing in it but wool. So like if I yank too hard, I could pull this yarn apart.
I feel like I'm showing off a gauntlet.
You are showing off a gauntlet. I'm not super aggressive with it.
But yeah, like I've got tiny little wrists and it's cinching up just fine.
Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll start by pulling it back and doing the ribbing and trying that trick on the 4mm. Because then I don't have to do a secondary adjustment size up for a really big needle. Maybe I'll do that.
So I also have a little bit of tension problems. So this was my magic loop line when I started. And you can see it's just a little bit bubbly. So I feel like it's like 2 inches at the bottom and it's going to be like on a side that's not really going to be seen, I think, I hope. So I'm just going to go with it. I will try to block it out as best I can, which I know it won't do totally, but particularly this like really lumpy bit right here, I'll probably just like grab a stitch and like sew it down a little bit so it's a little bit less like a bauble.
Yeah.
The rest of this is not so bad. It's really just this one square that's
Giving you a bit of grief.
it's basically like a bauble.
Not quite as much hand sewing as I would have to do to fix my ladders up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, having seen your cuff, no, mine's too loose. I gotta pull back and redo mine.
So I got a little bit of the same problem on the other side, but not nearly so bad. And somebody in our Discord, and I lost in the back scroll, so I can't credit properly who. I'm sorry, but somebody posted this tutorial for how to do Selbu Mitten Thumbs Magic Loop without getting this weird tension line.
Yeah.
And I started doing that. And like you can see, because I started doing that here. And so this weird line just goes away here. And the rest of this is like glorious and perfect tension-wise.
Could you post the link in the show notes for everyone?
I can probably do that. It'll be in my
Okay.
YouTube history at least. Because it's long since lost in the Discord back scroll.
Oh, yeah, that our Discord should be active.
It's long gone.
Long
But it
gone.
should be in my YouTube history.
Okay.
So I'm
the other
super
people
happy.
Look and find it. Yeah, I remember it being posted, but I don't remember who did the posting. I'm sorry.
So I'm just like, I don't want to take it off, but I'm also, my hand's really warm right now.
It's wool, sweetie.
I know. It's like double thick.
Double
It's
thick
just,
wool.
I'm so pumped about this.
Ugh,
It's so great.
excited. I'm excited to re-knit chart A, which is 35 rows long.
Oh, okay.
And
And
apparently
so,
my phone thinks I'm talking to it.
so for all the lovely nerdiness, we've got a video game sweater with polyhedral dice stitch markers, the D20 being my round marker.
Uh-huh.
And I've been primarily working on this while watching Critical Role.
Could you get nerdier? The
don't
blue
think
one
so.
is Tetris. Yes, Tetris.
Yeah.
Our sleeves are Tetris squares.
At least up to the elbow. I don't know what happens after that. Probably more of this lovely little square pattern, which I really like. Honestly, I really like the traditional little colorwork patterns that are like these squares and stuff. And so
Really
like,
cute.
I feel like some point in the future, I'm just going to have a whole bunch of colorwork sweaters that are like super old-timey, classic colorwork, traditional things. And I'm going to have like traditional colorwork sweaters from various ethnicities.
Well, I'm fairly picky about what color work I like, but I am falling down hard. So there's going to be more color work in both of our features because I am really liking it.
Yes. It's a little bit scary going straight from, my only other color work that I've ever done was a hat, and that was like 5 years ago.
Cool. So you're seeing
And now I'm doing a whole sweater.
my first knitting charts in color work, my first color work.
Yeah, you're doing this on like hard
hardcore
mode.
mode. And I'm stinking it, which I've also never done. So listen, I'm in expert mode and I'm going for all the extra side quests. Just nothing but side quests. I will fill out that freaking tree of skills if it kills me. Which makes sense because I am one of those kinds of video gamers. I do it all or I don't bother. Which is how I dump 200 plus hours into Final Fantasy games. Listen, my trees are full on lit. There is nothing I have not maxed out by the time I'm done playing. I don't care how long I have to grind. I will be perfect at everything.
I just cannot handle clicking on things to watch the numbers go up. There was a time where I was super into that, but that time has passed.
I can. That's how my farms are so expansive and profitable.
I have passed that time. I've been playing Fall Guys was released this week. So I've been playing Fall Guys, which is somewhere between Gang Beasts and Mario.
It's a lot of human fall flat.
It's probably pretty similar to that too. I haven't actually played that yet, even though I bought it a while ago. I should do that.
Because I enjoy failing at things like physics programs. And going, oh, oopsies.
I have games
over it. I haven't played it though. But the narrator is just so dry and so sarcastic, and there's no save points, and the goal of the game is to get to the top of the mountain. but there's no save points. So if you leave, you got to start all over again. And it's just this super monotone, dry, sarcastic monologue through the whole thing. It's a little small indie game, and I am
It sounds great.
so excited. It's like Dream Daddy. They're on there. They're waiting for me, and when I'm ready, that's it. I'm going to be the best gay dad ever. Just throwing that out there. The only dating sim game I will probably ever play in my life.
So you're gonna stream that, right?
I may honestly save both of those and start a Twitch stream just so people can watch me fail at picking up other men.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling that would be funny. On many, many levels.
Sounds like some great highbrow viewing.
It'd be so politically incorrect. It's gonna hurt your brains. It'll come with all the trigger warnings. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. This is just fun. Just a blind lady sitting at a home bored trying to pick up men on a gay dating sims thing. I don't know what's going on. I also feel like watching me try to build a rocket ship would also be delightful for some people on Twitch, because I make some colossal errors, because I am not a rocket scientist, but I do enjoy blowing those little Kerbal dudes up a lot.
I'm pretty sure that's the point of Kerbal Space Program, is just like make
Blowing
the
them
most
up.
spectacular fails you can.
Listen, there's a lot of math involved. It's not, despite everybody thinking math's my strong suit, it's really not. Really, I make mistakes all the time. And it just so happens that sometimes I fly a little spaceship full of blue people into the sun because my trajectory is off for the slingshot maneuver by a couple 100 kilometers. Oops. Or I haven't put the right valve in the right spot and the thingy's off by a little and my aerodynamics is screwy, and I'm like, really? Is that even math I need to know? Nope. It's not necessary outside of the Kerbal Space Program, because I will never work for NASA. Ever. But okay, cool.
I wonder if that's like a NASA interview question. Have you successfully landed a ship in Kerbal Space Program? Yes, no.
You know, I feel like that could be a very good question to ask, because they're quite detail-orientated. I failed to get off the planet for a good long while. My trajectory is wrong and my wind resistance is inaccurate. Serious shit going on there. It's a hard game. It's like a lot of the other simulator games, like the ones where you're a fighter pilot or you fly helicopters, or like Euro Driver.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually been recommended to me because it simulates driving so well, and I miss driving a lot. That they've recommended that maybe I might enjoy doing that to help sort of alleviate some of that frustration I have, because I can't drive anymore. So like I just can't get up and go places. So I can pretend to get up and go places, and I'm like, well, it's not a bad idea. So maybe, who knows? But yeah, like all other sort of serious simulators, they just drop you in there. They're just like, here you go, and you're like, oh my god, I am not ready for this. Where is my life preserver? Abort! This is really hard. I'm not Wesley Crusher. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think I played Kerbal for like 10 minutes and I just exploded and was like, nah, I'm not ready for this.
You gotta be okay just nosediving. All right. I started to work on my flat white.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
The flat white sweater by Casapinka out of some Nitpicks yarn. It is being done in a beautiful deep blue, in a wintry white, because the flat white sweater is a top-down colorwork yoke sweater with snowflake patterns.
Because you wanted to do all the color work at once, right?
I don't know if that's clear on your screen, but those are my colors.
In Cloud and Winter Night.
There you go. It's blue and white, guys. And I was like, okay, I'm going to cast it on, because Diana cast it on her sweater for the Patreon cow, and I'm like, oh no, fall behind. Can't let that happen.
We have till the end of September on that one, right?
We have to the end of September on that one.
Okay, good.
because, we need times and stuff. And then I spent 6 hours doing color work, got super sucked in, had to stop because I didn't understand chart 1.1, said, wait a minute, I got another color work sweater. So I'm pretty much done my yoke.
Oh, wow. That is gorgeous.
I'm not worried about catching up because I spent the rest of the week knitting this.
Wow. That looks great.
So this is my first time doing a top-down circular yoke colorwork sweater, and it is turning out great. I am so happy with how this is turning out so far. So I got gauge on my first swatch. I wasn't dumb. I went up a needle size. They're like, do worsted weight on a 5mm. I'm like, hell no. This needs to be on 6mm. But the color work isn't as intense. So my swatch and my color work are turning out great. So instead of having 2 different colors of color work, because they have in the original pattern, she has this top section here in a contrast color 1, and then she has the snowflake section in contrast color 2. Like, I'm curling up because I'm in the middle of my color work, guys. It's just how it's going to go. But I'm on to the final chart now, so I should be separating for my sleeves shortly.
Gosh, that looks good. I might have to make one.
I am so happy because snowflakes. This is wool, so if Mommy really likes it, I will make her one in acrylic. Mommy, if you're watching, I will make you one in acrylic later because, oh my gosh, this has been so much fun to knit. So much fun to knit. Like, that's it. We're going to have to start making colorwork sweaters for everybody. I'm not making anything in that bright of a pink ever again. We'll have to pick different colors. But I'm just, super, super stoked. So I'm going to pull the sleeve out today for the 8-bit sweater, and then I'm going to get down to, I think, separating for my sleeves for this tonight. And then tomorrow I will go back and finish Clue 1 tomorrow. And then get excited about Clue 2, because that'll definitely be out by that point. So I'm ahead of Diana again. Everything is right with the world. It's all good. It has been so hard not to talk about this all week on the Discord chat.
Yeah, like I saw your cast on. I was not expecting like 8 inches of sweater.
So yeah, pretty much. It's a lot of sweater. A lot of sweater. Yikes! I'm so excited.
So good.
Oh, so happy. And this is another deep winter outside play sweater because I would melt to death otherwise. But I am a huge fan of knit pig yarn, so I am very happy to be knitting in knit pig yarn again. It's the wool of the Andes. It's good stuff.
Well, related to the Patreon, Cal, this is my sweater. I don't have nearly as much of it. I have approximately 4.5 inches because that's where the fade section starts on the Comfort Fade.
Listen, it's the color work thing. Just pick a color work one next time.
I know, right? So I have done my first row of my fade. Woo!
Hey, listen, that's still seriously exciting.
Let's try on the sweater here, all 4.5 inches of it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not motivating me. Okay, this is a bad idea.
Don't do that to yourself.
Anyway, it's coming along slowly. Color work. I finished the cables. I finished the color work Clue 1. This one's been on the back burner. Yep. I switched out the stitch markers on it. I had just like some clippy, basically safety pins before. But now I'm in a chunk where the increases on the fronts and back and sleeves happen differently. So I have these blue beads denoting my sleeves. I have teacups denoting my fronts, and the saucers denoting my back. It's a system. Yeah. So I got little tea saucers for the back. And this one's more like a coffee cup over here. This is not really a teacup. Bless you.
Apparently I'm sneezy now. Okay, cool.
Ooh. My nails match this sweater today. That's nice. I still can't decide if I like that's getting way blown out. If I like the knit side better or like the purl side better. Honestly, this sweater might get worn inside out multiple times.
You've got until you put the sleeves on really to make that call, don't you?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do it to pattern and do it purl side out.
Mm-hmm. So
just because it's different.
You got time. So But yeah, I like that it's pearl side up. Mind you, I'm thinking about doing my comfort fade knit both sides. So it'll be a garter comfort fade.
Which is also a fantastic idea.
So, but I haven't even ordered the yarn for that yet. I haven't even finished saving up for the yarn for that yet. So like we're ways away before that happens, guys.
So, but
Mostly because my brain went, Diana got really nice fancy yarn for her comfort fade cardi, therefore I deserve really nice fancy indie dyed yarn for my comfort fade cardi.
Yes, mine came from Sew Into Knitting, Manitoba dyer. The gray is my color A, and this purple with gray in it is my color B, and I think they're going to fade together fantastically well.
Or looking
It's almost like they're in a kit that was designed to fade well.
They were from a kit that was designed to fade for the comfort fade cardi.
In fact. So.
That's hilarious.
Let's not pull all my stitch. Whoa, let's put that interchangeable needle back on its cord so that it doesn't fall off. Wow. Okay, we'll just put that down before something bad happens to it.
Stop playing with fate. Stop playing with fate.
Yeah, yep.
Bad Diana. All right, it would be Jocelyn without a crochet project because this has been the summer of crochet. In the realm of Jocelyn needs to get rid of scraps. Like hardcore needs to get rid of scraps. She might be moving. I started a blanket. Doing 2 yarns held double because my God, it looks good.
Yes, it does.
And I wanted a vertical striped couch blanket. So I cast on I made a chain of 121 stitches. And then I half double crocheted 120 of those stitches back. So it's a row of 120 stitches, covers my shoulders and covers my toes. They're very, very long rows, but it is 2 worsted weight acrylics held double on a 9mm crochet hook. And then I have literally proceeded to just do rows of half double crochet. And when I run out of a light color, I put on a new light color ball. And when I run out of a dark color, I put on a new dark color ball. And then I just keep going.
That looks great.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's a scrappy blanket. I don't know what any of these colors are. We got gray, we got white, we got green, we got blue, we got purple. We have different shades of said colors. But I am at, because I didn't want vertical, I wanted horizontal stripes. I have half of my width done. I only work on this at night or when I'm up really late and I don't want to get out of bed. So this goes to bed with me. This is my bed project. Because if I roll onto the 9mm crochet hook, it's really big and bulky and it's got no sharp pointy bits.
Good plan.
And I think that's a solid. I share a bed with a cat. And she takes up as much space as the boyfriend that used to sleep in that bed. How? I don't know.
And yet,
at least her snoring is cute. You've heard her snore. It's adorable.
Yeah, it is adorable, yeah.
Freaking adorable. So it's even better when she's sleeping belly up and snoring. She could not be more like a guy passed out on the couch if she tried. She couldn't. Legs sprawled, head back. Like, did you have too much to drink and are you passed out? Like, what's going on?
Wow. That is a safe feeling creature.
Yeah, she feels very safe in bed with mommy. So I am halfway. So what I need to do is finish the other half of this and give it its border because I do like bordering my scrappy blankets. A, it gives a nice finished edge to the chain up sections on your crochet, and B, I tend to find to sort of bind the colors together really well. So I've got a bunch of either gray or blue that I'll hold together, and I will either edge it in a solid blue or a solid gray.
Nice.
But this was going to be my surprise project for Diana, and then I realized I'd knit pretty much an entire color work yoke sweater. So I got this much done. It's a lot of crocheting.
Here I was feeling really accomplished with the amount that I'd knit this week, and nope. Nope. It's nothing.
I didn't have to start watching Critical Role and watch 5 episodes worth, which is what, at 2.5 hours a piece?
3 to 4.
Oh, they're still the 3 to 4. They get better. They're about 2.5 to 3 hours now. Now, the last episode I just watched on Thursday was a big battle. It ran late. It was a big battle. It happens. So, gotta get this done. And if I get this done by the 14th and closed off, I can count it for Stash Dash. More yarns, more things, Counting for stuff. Right now I'm working through a purple and a gray.
Nice.
Just random purple, random gray. Big old blanket on a 9mm hook, held double, and away I go. Half double crochets. That's it, guys. That's the whole pattern. Chain as wide as you want, hold 2 yarns double, and go.
I like patterns like that.
Crochet in your ends. Because then when you've done that and you've crocheted a border, you have exactly 1 end to weave in.
One end to weave in. Crochet is lovely for that. I do enjoy that.
When I'm done this blanket, there will be 1 end to weave in because I am crocheting in my ends as I go. 1. That's the kind of weaving in ends I can get behind. The sweater is I'm gonna be weaving in the ends on that sweater for that kid the day before she comes home.
Nobody likes weaving in ends.
Probably the day she is coming home, because my mom will be like, "Oh, they're on the road," and I'll be like, "God, weaving the ends on the sweater."
Go, go, go.
All right, that's it. I'm out of projects.
Okay, me too.
Feel like that's enough crafting in 1 week.
Yes. So we're on to wool gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon is a way of supporting us financially if you can and want to and are able to do so. Patreon.com/some stuff that is linked in the show notes. I don't know why I tried to say it because it's got some long doodly bop at the end of the URL.
Long doodly bop.
So it's linked in the show notes and in the description box of this YouTube video. But one of the things that we do for our Patreon supporters is a monthly knitting club, whatever you want to call it.
E-knit. E-knit. I've been trying to get that to stick for months. It's an e-knit.
It's an e-knit. Okay.
I'll keep saying it. One day it'll stick.
So the next one of those is happening on August the 22nd, which is the second last Saturday of the month. And we just get together on, we moved to Google Meet now instead of Hangouts because Meet handles more people better.
And Hangouts is going away. So is
Hangouts is going away. The other wool gathering thing that I would like to mention is my t-shirt is relevant. It's also just a really comfy t-shirt that I put on today without thinking. But it's Extra Life charity streaming month because normally Extra Life does their big event in August, and that's not happening this year because pandemic. So in the month of August, if you want to raise money for Extra Life, they're asking you to do a charity stream just sometime in August. And if you raise like $75, you get a fancy D20 or some such. Anyway, my Thursday night D&D group is going to do a charity stream on the 20th of August. That is a Thursday. And the way we're raising money is we're going to be doing just a little one-shot adventure, but you, the viewer, can come in and make a donation to make things go sideways. Like, no, you don't get that health potion, actually the monster gets it. Or, I want to help, here, have a mystery potion, except the mystery potion ends up being a poison or something, I don't know.
Trust me,
Or
it's a great delight to watch these things happen. But I am a fan of the random.
It's at random is a good time. If you want to make a really big donation, you can like drop in a dragon just randomly and just like, we're fighting goblins, and then boom, there's a dragon. And they're like, oh. So we did this last year.
Oh, so much fun to watch.
Bold hosted the Extra Life event, or an Extra Life event, and we raised quite a bit of money, and it was really fun to do. And I highly encourage people to come and watch. I will link things in the show notes to the Twitch stream where that'll be happening, and I don't actually know what time that'll be happening. I think around 7 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Cool.
On August the 22nd. No, 20th. The 20th, the Thursday. It's a Thursday.
We have one more podcast before it happens, so you've got time to find out the time for that.
Yes, I just realized that that's also Critical Role night, so if you're watching D&D, you're probably watching Critical Role and not us, but oh well.
Well, I have a subscription to Critical Role, so I can watch you, and then I can just watch Critical Role later. You're also an hour ahead of me?
Yes.
So I could technically watch you and then still watch Critical Role because they're Pacific? So they don't start till 9 o'clock my time. So if you're on from 7 to 9 and then they start at 9, I can just do like 5 hours of D&D in one day. That'll be normal. It's not
Yeah,
normal.
that's normal and healthy.
That's still not normal and healthy. But I mean, neither you nor Critical Role will get upset if I leave you talking on the computer screen and go make some food.
Also true.
So, in the realm of random news, super huge thanks because we got presents.
Presents! Presents!
I was doing an Instagram live and I was talking about Ginger Snap That because A, we love Ginger Snap That and Mr. Snap That, and we love their bags and we love their yarn, and they're just beautiful, beautiful, nice people. And she was having a bag sale. So I talked about the bag sale because, well, bags on sale. Hello. This is a thing that needs to be talked about. And she makes really freaking cute bags. And one of our people bought us bags, Diana. So we've got this beautiful Superwoman Black Widowy bag going on here.
I like it.
Diana. She was very worried that you wouldn't like superheroes. And I was like, it's Diana. We love superheroes. With this gorgeous interior.
Ooh.
Ooh, very fancy.
I'm excited.
This week. This will go out in the mail to Diana because I've got some books I got to send her. So that's why I was like, mail it to me. Also, I couldn't remember what Diana's address was off the top of my head. So that's a thing. So
Honestly, I still haven't memorized my new address. I have it on a sticky note on my monitor.
That makes total sense. That's how addresses work. So it is just a nice medium-sized project bag. So that was a incredibly kind and generous gift.
Yeah, thank you. That's
None of those happened.
I'm
Unshockingly, mine's skeletons. Unshockingly, the one who loves Halloween has a Halloween-themed bag. What?
Oh, that's cute.
And its interior is spider webs.
Nice.
Literally gold spider webs. The stars are cool, don't get me wrong. So this is very quickly going to go into rotation because I've got projects that don't have bags. So this is going to get fixed. So a super, super massive thank you again, because this is an absolute stunning in-kind gesture and beyond appreciated. And Diana's will get hers in a week or so with some books.
Woo, books.
It's because I forgot to take it with me when I had to go to the walk-in earlier this week, and I was right near the post office. Otherwise, hers would have been on her way to her anyway. But I fetched it out of the box instead, so that'll be fine. I didn't even need stitches; they just glued it together. I lost the argument with the coffee table. It's fine. I've done worse. Whatever. I'm a klutzy human. It's fine. I'm aware of my issues with functioning. The Sis Love Shawl, that half circle crochet, beautiful, is sitting on the floor in its project bag, which is also Halloween themed. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I like Halloween. It's the Sew Into Knitting one. It's my favorite time of year coming up real quick, guys. Fall and Halloween and all the things. I want to work on it this week. I think I might get to it. I might not. Who knows? It's probably also covered in cat hair because she sleeps on everything. All right.
Yeah.
I suppose that just leaves books, hey?
It does. Literature.
All the things.
I have been consuming, 5 times, somewhere between 15 and 20 hours of Critical Role this week. So I still have not finished the second book of the Psy Changeling series by Nalini Singh.
It's totally fair. You've been consuming a lot of that, and they got audio as well as videos, so you've got large amounts of temptation. Though, highly going to encourage you to catch up on campaign 2 so we can talk about things.
I'm working on it. I am up to February 2 years ago.
Cool. Well, it's
going to take a while.
They do take breaks. Also, when you reach big key moments and stuff, feel free to text me in outrage and love and panic and joy and feels, because I have been there. I understand. I absolutely texted Mr. B last night going, but I would not have made that decision. On Thursday, live, because he knows what I watch. And then he goes, why, was it good or bad? And then he's like, oh, that was risky. Like, yeah, sometimes you make risky choices in D&D, and it doesn't always pay off. Sometimes it does. Sometimes you cause the internet to go, oh my god, what are you doing?
The motto of my Thursday crew is, Thursdays are for bad decisions.
It's a very good way of looking at Thursdays. I have started a tome topple spree which we all know what that means. Big books for days. I had taken off the first part of this week when I double checked the dates and realized it was starting on the 8th, and I said to myself, no, get caught up on some TVs and podcasts. So I caught up on my ologies. I caught up on F This Knit. I can't even get started with the YouTube ones because I try to watch as many as possible, and that can be upwards of like 30 or 40 a week sometimes. And then, because I keep adding people is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You might like this person who's also just started podcasting. So they're like episode 3. And I'm like, I'd love to watch their episode 3. Let's see what they're about. 9 times out of 10, I add them. Because I know I'm going back.
I'm really glad you have the time to do that, because I feel like it's good for spreading the podcast love, and I know I won't do that. I just don't.
And comments and spread the love. Just let people like, no, when people are watching you, I'm going to comment. It might even entirely be in English. Sometimes my typing is not. But I also decided to binge watch some things and get them done and sorted out. So that also happened. But from now until the 21st, it is hardcore book reading time. Because these books have to be 500 pages to count. And I'm just going to see how many I can do at just 500 pages and counts. I've started with Shadow's Edge, which is book 2 of the Brent Weeks series, Night Angel. Book 3 is also over 500 pages, so I will absolutely get that trilogy finished up first. And it started on Friday, and it's now Sunday, and I'm almost done book 1. Everything else falls to the wayside when a good readathon happens for me, and I love this 2-week 500+ page beefy one. It is my favorite. So lots of listening in my future, lots of reading in my future. We'll see how it goes.
All right. I suppose if I read books like I've been binging Critical Role, I'd probably finish a lot of books too. But nope, now I'm just going to catch up on 2 years of Critical Role in like a week. It's fine.
Do it. It'll be amazing.
I have 1 more week off.
Such good stories. Always enjoyable. Well, the problem is because I like doing that. I like sort of like diving into the world and not coming out for days. And that's not for everybody. Not everybody can consume media on that level. So for a lot of people, it's exhausting. Totally fine. Do you have to remember, I don't really do anything else. I just craft and watch things on the internet. And that is the extent of my life. So I consider it a job. So I do it a lot. And I like it. So yeah.
I'm good for about 2 weeks, and then I need to take a break. So it'll line up about perfectly with starting work that I
you need to take a break?
Yeah.
Sounds perfect. On the bright side, I guess that means we're done.
I do believe so.
Woohoo. Well, in which case, I'll say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you,
don't forget to knit.
Because heavens knows how far behind are we going to be on Discord chat. So far behind.